overflow. Okay, so let us go for some write a simple demo. So I'll remove everything here. Just write one div. Okay, so inside the div we want to write one content. Write any content. Example content for the demo, something like this, and let us write like a w 200 pics. Like what is this meaning? W so or I'll say demo card instead of doing like this demo. So how to write a style here? Write a head element. Inside that element, what tag? Style tag. Okay. So let me go for now. I don't need absolute left. I don't want. Okay, that's fine. Width and height is equal something, and let us save it. So let us reveal in the Explorer and open it. Okay. So here we are having like this, right? So if we have more content, then what will happen, ma? Suppose I'm having only this much, right? I'll be having pasting multiple lines, something like this. Okay. So if I'm going to reload, what will happen? Okay. So this container is only if I am adding a background color. If you go to right click and format the document. Okay. So if I go on any add any background color, something like this. Okay. So my container is still there only, but where is my content? My content is going outside or not? Okay. And suppose if I want to add more content, what will happen? Still it will go to outside. Okay. So where is the remaining content, ma? I have more content here. Okay. Suppose in the last, I'll say XYZ, something like this is there. Okay, see, where is the content? It is going outside, right? But it is not a, we should not allow the container to go outside. That is the first thing. Okay, so to control this property we have a one concept called overflow. Okay, so whenever your content is more than your box, what you should do? Okay, so by default it is a visible. Okay, default one. That means even though the container is going outside, it will display like this, but I don't want to do like this. So whatever the content I can place inside, I want to show it. The remaining content I want to hide. Okay, so this one you can use a property called hidden. Okay, so let's go and use this property. So what is the property name? Overflow is equal to hidden. So let us go and check it here. So what is the remaining content? It is hidden. The content is there, but it is hidden. Okay, this is one technique. But sometimes I don't want to do that one. I want to scroll it. I want to see the content, but I don't want to go outside of my box. Then I can go for a scroll. See, automatically your entire content will be there. So but you will not lose any data. So that is the reason what you can go for scroll. Okay, so if you want vertical scroll, you can give like a scroll hyphen scroll hyphen y, something like this. Okay, okay, scroll, that is okay. Something y, let us try. Okay, no, that is one. Okay, let us do it. So first, whenever you want to scroll, the only problem here is what is happening here. I will save it here. What is the problem here? The scroll bar is, that is okay. But if we observe the left side bottom also, it is showing some scroll bar, right? This is not required. Okay. To solve this problem, simply you can remove here and write like a auto. So what auto it will do? Whenever you want to have a scroll bar, like whenever the data is more than that, you will have a scroll bar. Suppose if I am going to remove all the data here. Now this is sufficient for the normal div, and there is no scroll bar right now. Scroll bar automatically will be removed. But instead of this one, if you are using scroll. So what scroll will do, even though this is required or not, always this scroll bar will be displayed. This is not a good design. Okay, that is the reason we should go for a overflow is equal to auto. So auto means where automatically scroll bar will come based on the content. If you have more content, scroll bar will come. If you have less content, scroll bar will be removed. That is the reason we have to go for a scroll. Okay, auto. Okay, overflow is equal to auto property. Okay, so this is a one content. Okay, this is fine. Suppose now what I want to do, I want to have another demo here. Okay, let us having something like this. Uh, I want to have a two things here. Okay, one is a button another is a span example button, and this one I want to write a span here. Okay, so let us cut here and add it something like this. Okay, so let us reload the page here. Okay, so I have a button under as well as the this one is there. I'll go to height is equal to 200 pixel, width is equal to 400 pixel, something like this. Something like this. Okay, so now this button is there, this is there. Now what I want to do, I want to move this content to the right side. I want to place this button in the left side, something like this. Okay, so what you can do, you can write like a style class is equal to float hyphen and something like this. Second, this is my CSS class, and I'll go here, I'll write a dot float and what is the property I want to write? Float is equal to right. Okay, float colon right, something like this. Okay, I'll not draw this one. Okay, so what is happening, you tell me. Like I want to add a background color for this one. Background color is equal to green color, and let us try it here. So why it is coming, what I'm saying, you move my content to the where, to the right side, but where the content is coming, it where the content is coming in the bottom. Okay, this will come only whenever you have a large data. Suppose I will reduce my data here. Okay, and let us try to reload. Now where it is showing it, automatic properly it is showing right, but when it is not proper, whenever we have a large content, what is happening it, there is a problem, right? Okay, this is the problem. Yesterday they have asked in one interview question. Okay, for 3 years. Okay, so how you will solve this problem? Whenever you have less content, it is coming in the right side. Whenever you have a large content, it is coming in the bottom. Even though you are adding a float left or right, where is the content is coming, in the bottom. Okay, to solve this problem, there is a property called clear. Okay, there is a property called clear. Okay, so first, whichever the div you are doing in the parent level, you go on right like a, so there is you can use any name here. The class name can be anything here. So for now I am using a clear fix. Most of the time they will use like a clear fix. Okay, so let us try here, and I will apply for the parent, not for this, not for this two. I have to apply for the parent clear fix. Okay, so you can give any name here, a b c d anything, but for now for meaningful I'm giving a clear fix. Okay, so that is the one, and you can write some styles. I'll explain what is this one, and I'm going to write like a clear fix. Right click, format the document here. So what is the display? I am asking, display is equal to block level. What is the block level? You know that, right? Always it will occupy the full width. That is okay. And content is equal to empty. This is just only this is one simple property. Like just keep like a empty quotes. That's all. And clear is, this is the property we want to understand. Okay. So whenever any property using a float left or right, what should happen in the both sides? Okay, what should happen in the both sides? Let us see. Let us save it, and reload the page again. Will have any effect over there? File, save all. Okay, float end. Okay, I'm using float right? Float right, something. Clear fix. This is okay. Clear fix after something. Let us. Uh, Let me increase the size. Check this one. Content is equal to empty. Okay, so when we have to apply this clear property, so that this content will be coming in the two lines instead of in the second line. Clear, and this is correct, this is also correct, and why this is not happening? Okay, let me show where we will use this one. Trinits technologies.com. Suppose I will go for the web development. Okay, yes, okay. So this is the example I can tell. Like here in the left side, we have one image. In the right side, we have some text. Okay, so this is a float left and this is a some float right. Okay, something, some cases like this. So whenever this image is more, automatically this content left and right will not come properly. So for this one, you have to use a clear fix, something like this. Card. This is not a card. Somewhere whenever you want to display something like this, we have to apply the clear fix. Let me check why this is not working in our case. Okay, we'll go for next concept. Instead of struggling here, I'll just verify like what property I have made mistake. I'll verify it. Okay, so let us go for our next concept. I'll clear this one. Okay, so next concept is selectors. Okay, so how many selectors we have learned so far? How many selectors? Five types. What are the five types? Simple, combination, pseudo class, pseudo element, attributes, right? So first simple one we have completed or not? Yes. So simple, how many types we have it? Three types. Tag name, ID selector, class selector. How will you write a tag name? By tag. How will you write ID? By using the hash. How will you write a class selector? By using the dot operator. Okay. So let us go for a combination selector and let us try to color them. Okay. So mainly this combination selector four types. Okay. So the first one is a descendant selector. Okay. The first one is a descendant selector and second one is a child. Third one is adjacent sibling. Fourth one is a general sibling. Okay. So first let us go for a descendant selector. What is this descendant selector? Suppose if you want to write like a descendant, let us have some demo here. I'll remove everything. So simply write like a one div. Okay, and I'll say I'll write another div, or I'll write a paragraph. Okay, first para, something like this. Okay, so now who is the parent for paragraph? This div, correct, right? Suppose inside the para I'll write a span element. Okay, test span, something like this. Okay, so can I say this span is inside the paragraph, right? And this paragraph is inside the div. Okay, so that even I can directly say that this span is available inside the div, right? Something like this. Okay, the combination means we can apply based on the parent and the child elements anywhere. Okay, so now I want to write one span here. Okay, this is a second span. Okay, how many spans I am having here? Two spans, correct, right? I want to color them. If I want to color them, what you will do? Tell me. First, you will write a head element. Next, style tag. Okay, and what is the tag I want to select? It span. Okay, that's fine. I'll say background color is equal to something, whichever the color you do it. Something. Let's go on to reload the page. Okay, so this is the color. How many spans it is highlighting? Two spans. Okay, but we don't want to highlight like this. Okay, what our requirement is, I want to highlight a spans which are inside only this div. Okay, which are inside only this div, not outside. Okay, something like this. Okay, for this one, go here. Okay, go here and first write which tag you want to select it, ma? Div. Okay, right? So first write a div here. Okay, space. Okay, space is for the descendant selector and I'll say save it here, not comma. I am giving a space here. Now tell me which selector it is selecting only one. Why it is selecting only one? Because we are using what selector? Descendant selector. This means that inside this div any level, either it can be child or subchild, any child. Okay, any child, automatically this will select it. Okay, so this type of a selector we are calling it as what selector, ma? Descendant selector. Okay, so where we will use it? We are going to use it like multiple times. Suppose this is like I'll write a class is equal to container, something like this. Okay, I want to apply inside the container which are having the span. I want to give a blue color, something like this. Okay. So what is my selector name? Container. Okay. I'll remove this div. I'll remove this div. I'll say dot container space span. What is this dot container? It is a selector. Which element it will select? It will select the this div. Inside this div, is there any span element? Yes. Only that span will be highlighting. Okay. See. So that means what is the combination means? You can give any top level and space. Okay. Space is for the what? Descendant selector. Anywhere inside, anywhere, no problem. Okay. Something like this. That is nothing but a descendant selector. Okay. And I will write this one. I will write inside here. Now both are eligible. If you see, this is also like eligible. This is also eligible. Now for both elements color will come or not? Yes. Okay. This is nothing but a descendant. Okay. Now we'll go for next selector, child selector. So what is the second selector? Child selector. Okay. So this child selector, what it will do? So what is the symbol for child selector? This greater than symbol. Okay. Wherever you're seeing this greater than symbol, what selector? Child. Child means what? Direct. Okay, not my grandchild, not okay, only my son and daughter only. Okay, something like this. So now I want to apply only color to my son and daughter, not for all inner levels. I want to say only to my son and daughter. Now I will go and write so instead of writing like this space, I'm going to give like a this one. What is this meaning? Now tell me. Greater than symbol. So whichever the container, this is the container, and any child with the span element, automatically color will apply. Okay. So this is nothing but a second one. So let us reload the space. Okay. Why this is not coloring now? Because this span is not a direct child. It is a my grandchild. Correct, right? Like if my grandfather is there, only my father is a child for him, not me. Correct, right? Same thing. If you want to apply base like that, what is the selector? We can use it a child selector. What is the symbol name? Greater than. Tomorrow you will forget what is the symbol. Only name will tell. That is the reason again I am saying greater than symbol for what purpose? Child selector. Okay, everybody okay with this one, right? Okay. So next we'll go for a adjacent. Okay. Next we'll go for a adjacent sibling. Okay. Sibling means what generally? Your brothers or sisters. Correct, right? Only they are called siblings. Okay. So now I want to highlight my siblings based on sibling, not parent and child. I want to style for my siblings only. Okay. So if I go here and who are the siblings for this div? There are no elements. Correct, right? Suppose I want to write one sibling. I will say paragraph. Okay. I am sibling for the first div, something like this. Correct, right? So who are the sibling for like this is the sibling for the div. Correct, right? If you want to see, verify it here. Suppose okay, this is entire one div. Who is the sibling? This guy is the sibling. Whatever we are writing inside, all that not sibling, they are child. They are a child. So now I want to style my sibling based on this one. Okay. Now what is the symbol for sibling? This is a plus. Okay. What is the symbol? Plus symbol. Okay. Now I will go here and I will write like a what is the next tag I want to highlight it? P tag, paragraph tag. Okay. So let's go here and remove this one. What is the general like sibling? Sibling, what is the symbol? Plus P. Okay. Now tell me what is this meaning? So wherever the first container is there, for that any sibling with the P element, any sibling with the P element. So that one will be highlighting. So let's go and highlight it. Now you understood, right? This is okay. Okay. So now I want to give one more point. Okay. I will write a this is a brother for this div. Okay. Before div, something like this. Okay. Now how many siblings for this div? Tell me. Two. One is a before, one is a after. Okay. This sibling will select only whoever after the things. They will not select the before sibling. Okay. This adjacent sibling, what it will happen? Whoever next to me. Okay. Greater than, they will only select this sibling. Okay. This is this adjacent sibling. Okay. Now general sibling is there. Okay. Now what is the last one? General sibling. General sibling means either any before you or after you, any like either your brother or your like younger brother or a elder brother, anyone. Okay, if you want to select it, what is the symbol ma? Tilde symbol. Okay, tilde symbol, this tilde symbol will there on top of your tab button. Okay, yeah, okay, let us go on. Right now I want to highlight it. How to do it ma? I'll remove this, I'll add a this tilde symbol. Now what is this meaning, this tilde symbol? What is this meaning? General. Okay, let me save here. Okay, let me save here. Okay, this is a plus, and we have what happened. I'm writing P only, right? P general sibling. So let us. Okay, one more second. I'll just wait for. I'll write two more things. I'll wait. Okay. So like whoever selected and it is coming. Let us go for adjacent. One small correction here. Now what is the adjacent selector? Plus or greater than? Plus. Okay. Let us see the first plus behavior. So whenever we are seeing plus behavior, let us understand. So how many siblings it is selected? Only one sibling. Okay, yeah, only one sibling. So and now what I'm doing is I have a three more siblings. Okay, I am having a, this is a second div, and this is a third div, something like this. Okay, so let us go and reload here. So how many siblings it is selected? Only one sibling. So adjacent sibling will select only one. But whenever you go for general sibling instead of adjacent sibling, let us go for general sibling. Okay. So let us go general sibling and save it and reload the page again. So it will select all the siblings after that, not before. Before it is not applied. Only after the element, how many siblings are there, all the siblings will apply. So when this will apply for only general sibling. Okay, something like this. Everybody okay with this one, right? Okay. So now tell me how many selectors we have it. Combination 4. Tell me what are those? Descendant, child, adjacent, and general sibling. Okay. So something like this you are going to use it here. So what is this meaning? So wherever div is there inside any paragraph, this will apply. Correct, right? And what is this meaning? Wherever div is there in like any adjacent sibling, any adjacent sibling. This is a general sibling. Okay, something like this. Okay. Now next thing is like a pseudo classes. Okay. What is a pseudo class, ma? So the third one is a pseudo class, right? Okay, a pseudo class is nothing but a special state of a element. Okay, so what is this special state? Suppose whenever I am hovering it, I want to show in a green color or I want to show in a red color. I want to change the like background, something like this. Some special state we are showing, right? So this is nothing but a pseudo class. Is to define a special state of an element. Special state, not part, special state. Whenever we are hovering it, only that time only we are going to do something like this. So such things we'll call it as a pseudo classes. So what are the pseudo classes you know so far? Now tell me. What are the pseudo classes? You know, colon hover, we know that, right? Like this, there are so many pseudo classes here. Okay, pseudo class will start with only one colon. Okay, one colon and something like this. Okay, now that is fine. So let us go to our code here. Suppose whenever I am hovering on this paragraph, I want to show some background color. Do you know how to do this one or not? Yeah, we know that, right? How to do this one? Let us go to code. I will remove this background colors for now. Okay. So whenever I am hovering on a paragraph, I want to put a background color. Tell me how to do this one. Simply write like a paragraph. Okay, like a p tag colon hover open bracket close bracket background color is equal to something like this. So now what this will do, ma? Whenever I'm hovering on any paragraph, only on paragraphs, not on the other elements. Okay. So if I hover it here, right, this is a some special state. Okay. That is the reason we are calling it as a pseudo class. So what is the pseudo class? What is the pseudo class we are using here? Colon hover. Okay. And in the table we have used another call, right? What is the nth child also we have used, right? Where we have used in the table, correct, right? Okay, in the table I will say even something like this. Okay. So whenever here what is happening, so I will reload here. So on the every second row, automatically this paragraph, for every paragraph some color is applying. Okay, this is nothing but this nth child pseudo class, something like, okay, like this. There are so many pseudo classes are there. Okay, suppose checked is there. Okay, when it is a checked ma, checkbox, right? Input to type is equal to checkbox. Okay, if you are checking, that is nothing but a checked. If you are unchecked, that is nothing but a unchecked, something like this. Okay, whenever you want checked, you want to highlight anything, you can write like this. Okay, checked, and you can do like this. If you want to try something, I'll give one demo for this element. Write one input element ma, input colon type something. Okay, wrong, I'll say. Okay, input type. Okay, so what is the type you want to do it? Checkbox, something like this. Okay, let's reload. So I'm having, so this is checked and this is unchecked, correct, right? So let us go here, checked value here, something, reload here. Okay, so I'm select. Okay, so whenever you are selecting, I want to highlight in this some background color, or I want to increase something like this. Okay, so then what is the thing you can do it here ma, you can go here. I'll write a input colon checked. Okay, so this will what will happen, this background color is equal something, font size is equal to 30 pixel, something like this. You can do some state whenever it is selected, you want to perform any something like this. Okay, okay, you can increase the font, not font ma, what is the font, we can use it font hyphen size property. Okay, the problem. Okay, width is equal to 100 pixel. Okay, so this is automatically taking something 100, it is taking 100 pixel width. So this is like whenever you are selecting, if you want to do something like this, you can use this selector, this colon check, something like this. Okay, and same thing, not for checkbox, you have a required property is there, right? Required, suppose input to required. Now what will happen if I am not giving any value, this is, it will show error, right? Something like this. So whenever any property error is there, you want to highlight in a red color, something like this. Okay, so there is a property called required. Okay, something like this, you can use it. I will say what is the pseudo class, I can use it required something. See, so I will add another property ma. Okay, I will add another property. That property I will not make it as a required one. So I'm having it a one input box. Let us write another input box, something like this. Okay, file save all. Let us reload the page again. Okay, so see, this box is no background color is coming. For first one, background color is coming. Okay, based on which property they are applying here, based on the required property. Okay, we will not apply this background color most of the time. What they will do, they will apply like a border hyphen bottom hyphen style, something like, they will use like this. Okay, border hyphen bottom 1 pixel solid red color, something like this most of the time. Okay, something like this, it is a required one. They will just specify it is a required one, something like this red color, and they will show with that type. Okay, so these are the like you can use it ma, required property, valid property. Valid means if you are entering any value, that is a correct one. If you invalid means if you are entering not correct, that is nothing but a invalid property. So like this you can enter any of the this one. So first child, okay, first child, what it will select, it will select only the first element of the something like this. Okay, suppose I want to have a demo of this one. Let us go about it. Okay, Let us write div and p first paragraph. Okay. P element, I'll say second para. Okay. Now I want to select the first one. I'll say div, that's fine. So I want to select the first one. So tell me div colon first child. What is the first ma? First child, something like this. Okay. Background color is equal to green. Now tell me how this will apply ma? For only first child the color is getting applied, the second child is not getting applied, right? Okay, so this is an interview question which they have given for the some other one type. Okay, so whenever you want to highlight the first child, okay, what is the pseudo class you will use it? What is the pseudo class you will use it? First type and child. Suppose I want to select the second row, second, then you can go for a nth child. Okay, you can go for nth child. Here you can give a 2 value, something like this. Okay, uh, like this you can select any pseudo classes. Okay, and focus is there. So what is this focus? You know what is the focus? Let us go and write the focus. Okay, suppose whenever there is input box is there, some input box is there, let us write some input box. Let us write some input box ma. Okay, input box. Okay, okay, we have seen we have autofocus, some property we have used it, right? Anybody remember what is this autofocus? Whenever we are on that page, automatically focus will come here. Okay, whenever I clicking outside, focus gone. Whenever I'm clicking inside, focus coming, right? So sometimes what if you go to some other websites, what they will do, definitely they will do something like this. Okay, I'll go here. So what is the default size? It is there ma, small, right? Whenever I'm focusing it, whenever I'm clicking here, what they will do, they will increase this size, something like this for search bar. Okay, so if you want to do like this, now let us focus on that one. So whenever I'm clicking here, what I want to do, I want to increase my width of the box. Okay, only on the focus. So now what is the element I'm targeting? Input element. Okay, so input element, you can write based on the class or element or tag, any name you can use it. Okay, dot input. Okay, so not dot input. I should write like a input. And what is the pseudo class? I should use it focus. Okay, focus. I will say width is equal to some 90 percentage. Okay, let us reload the page. Okay, so I'll click outside. See, whenever I'm clicking focus, it is going out. Whenever I'm otherwise, it is reducing, something like. Okay, then you can use this focus. Okay, whenever this is invalid, your form is invalid, then you can use like a red color borders, all the red color border you can use it. So this is nothing but what is this one? Pseudo classes. Now tell me what is the pseudo class? Pseudo class is to define some special state, not part, special state only in particular scenarios. Sometimes hover will come, sometimes first shell will come, sometimes second shell will come, something based on that type, some state only it will apply. Okay, the next one is called pseudo elements. Okay, what is the next one ma? Pseudo elements. Okay, so this one we will write like with the double colon ma. One colon means a pseudo class, two colon means a pseudo elements. Okay, what this will do, this will style a special part of an element, not special state. Like if you have one component, if you have one component, inside the component at particular place, it will apply some style. Okay, either first or a last, some place of the element it will apply. So such classes will call it as a pseudo element, not the class, a pseudo element. Okay, I want to apply something like this. Okay, what I want to do, I will remove here. Okay, suppose I want to write like a one list ma. Student number one, student number two, student number three, something like this. Okay, so let us write one list ma, div. Okay, I will say div one, I will say student one. Okay, and I'll go for a student two, uh, student two, something like this. I'll go for three. Okay, three, four. Okay, five, something like this. Okay, five I have it. Let's go and reload the page. So how many students I am having it? Five. What is the common here? Student is common. Okay, in this in this element, what is a common one? Student is a common one. So and this is repeating, right? I don't want to repeat this one. Okay, I don't want to repeat this one. but I want to add it for all the elements. Okay, so now what I will do, I'll go and select this one file and replace with the empty one. So now what are the values I'm having it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like this. Okay, so whenever we are having like this, suppose I'll write like a class is equal to some students. You can write any name here. Okay, so I'm writing. So now what we want to do, okay, colon students. Okay, inside it any div is there. Okay, so what is this meaning, ma? Any div with the students, any div, where is any div? Here it is there. Okay, and inside any div is there. That means how many divs I am having it? 5 divs. All 5 divs will be selected. Okay, for demo, let us apply the background color. Later I will add the something like this. Okay, aqua. Let's go and reload the page. So all colors are applied, right? Now I don't want any color. Now what I want to do, I want to add a student word for all the things. Okay, so whenever you want to do like this, then you write a like a colon before. Okay, colon before. So now what will happen is, and don't avoid this. So what is the word you want to write it here, ma? I will say content is equal to student, something like this. Okay, let us reload the page. Okay, see, like where is the content is coming, ma? See, this one to this student 1, 2, 3, 4 is the writer. From where the student is coming? Okay, where the student is coming? From the what element? Pseudo element. What is that pseudo element name? Colon before. They have asked what is the pseudo element. Pseudo element will style a part of an element, not state a part, either first or a last, something like this. This is nothing but a pseudo element. Pseudo element, how will you define it? Using the double colons. Okay, now suppose I want to write after. First I want to display a number, then I want to display the student in the last. Then how will you do it? Tell me. You will say colon after. Okay, colon after, something like this. Okay, and if you want any space, what you can do? You can give a space here, and automatically that will display here, something like. Okay, so now what are the selectors? We have used it now. Colon before, colon after. Suppose I want to apply for only first letter, ma. Okay, I want to apply for only first letter. Then I can use like a this one. Okay, instead of after, I will use a first letter. So something, I'll tell you. So this, forget about this content. Okay, forget about this content. I want to increase the like suppose this first letter only, I want to increase to the either capital letter, a small letter, or something like this. Then you can write like a this is the first letter. So automatically it will happen. Okay, and there is a selection is there. So let's go for selection. Let's go for selection. Suppose I'll write one paragraph. Hello world, text is empty here, something like this. So there is one text is there. Let us find. So whenever I'm selecting, what is the color I'm getting it, ma? By default color, what is the color? Blue color. Okay. Suppose sometimes I don't want a blue color, I want red color. What color I want? I want the red color. Okay. If you want to do like this, then you have to use this pseudo class or element. Element. Okay, not a class. Now write the code. What is this tag name? P tag. Okay. Let's go to P tag. P tag colon selection. Okay, and I'll say background is equal to red color, white is equal to color is equal to white color, something like this. See, okay. So if you want to highlight anything like this, what is the one you should do it? What is the one? It is like a selection, colon selection. Okay, that is the one. And the last one is a attribute selector. Okay, attribute. So what is attribute? What is the attribute means? So you tell me what is an attribute? Additional information about the tag. Okay, always attribute will have a name and value pairs. Okay, value always will be in the double quotes. Correct, right? Key will be not in the double quotes. Value will be always in the double quotes. Okay, let us go here and write it here. Okay, suppose here. Uh, so I want to style like I'll say ID is equal to 1. Okay, ID is equal to 1. So what is ID here, ma? ID is also an attribute only, right? Now I want to style the paragraphs who is having only ID property, not everyone. Whoever having the ID property, value is different. I don't check with the value. What is a 1, 2, or 3? That is fine. Whoever having the ID property, I want to style them. Okay, so at that time I can go for what selector, ma? Attribute selector. Okay, P. Okay, that's fine. And attribute, and what is the attribute I want to check it? ID. Okay, something like this, open bracket and a close bracket. Okay, so write some background color is equal to blue or something. Okay, so but for demo what we have to do, we have to write a another paragraph without ID, so that then only we can show the difference. Now how many paragraphs we have it? Two paragraphs. Which paragraph having ID? First one. So whenever we are applying the color, which one it should have a highlight? First one. Okay. Now suppose you want to highlight a paragraph or input tag or any anchor tag based on your attribute. Then which selector we can go for a attribute, something like this. Okay, okay, you understood, right? Suppose or where we will use this sometimes. Okay, suppose you are having a one form. Okay, simple form. I'm having a div. Okay, okay, let us write the a form here. Okay, form tag I have written. Okay, so simply I want to write one input tag. Okay, so this is a required one. This is a required one. Username, something like this. Okay, so now I want to style the all the input type required. Okay, this is also attribute required, also attribute, right? Whoever having the required attribute, I want to make it like a border is equal to red color. I want to make it, not other properties. Okay, something like this. Then how can I do it, ma? I'll say password also. Okay, password. Okay, so I'll not make password as a mandatory for demo purpose. Now what is our requirement, ma? Whichever the input tags are there and which are required properties, I want to make the red color. Okay, now tell me how to write this one. First we'll write a input. Next this array brackets. Okay, inside which property I want to check it? Not required, right? I'll say required property. Okay, and I'll say required. Required is a property. Okay. Now what is the tail? I'll do border I1 red different, something like this. Why this is not in the red color? Because it is not having the required property. If I am adding a required property, this will automatically. Sir, why we will use this one means suppose if you are applying any style for 10 items, every time you need to write a class is equal to input required. In you need to paste in all the places are not. Instead of writing 10 places, what you can do if you are using the selector, you will write to your style only one time. Automatically all the elements it will highlight. Correct, right? That is the purpose they will go with the combination. Otherwise, you can go with the simple only. You can write one class and you apply for all the 10 elements. Automatically, this will also work. This is like an advanced technique. Instead of writing this 10 times, you are going to write only one time. That is the use of this one. Okay, you understood, right? Okay. So now tell me, what are the selectors we are having it, ma? What are the selectors we are having it? How many selectors are there in the CSS? Five. Tell me what are the five? Simple selector, combination selector, pseudo class, pseudo element, attribute. Next, five, right? So inside simple, how many types? Three types. Inside combination, how many types? Four types. What are the four? Descendant, ascending, descending. Okay, okay. Descendant, adjacent, general, child. Okay, four is there. Okay, that's fine. Now that is okay, ma'am. Okay, we will go for a one simple drop down. Okay, suppose whenever you are logging into your application, here you having a if you go to our sample application, right? We can go to our sample application. Here we have some drop down, right? Whenever I'm clicking here, I want to show something like this. You know how to make this one, right? You know how to make this div, correct, right? We can make one div and automatically this one we know that, but we want to know how to make this a drop down. Okay, instead of clicking here, what we will do, we'll try to write the, like on hover, automatically drop down will come, something like this. Okay, so let us try to build that one. For this purpose, let us have a one simple drop down. Okay, let's go here. Okay, so let's go here. First, we'll write one div here. Okay, so I'll say this is like, I'm going to write like a class is equal to drop down. You can write any name, no problem. But in the bootstrap, we are not going to write this example. There is an example from the bootstrap. Simply you can copy that code, automatically that will work out. Okay, but if you want to write our own, that this is an example. Okay, so that's the one. So next, so now I have done a some drop down and okay. Okay, so inside this one, I'll write a one button here. Okay, so what is this button? Button primary, all these things. This is all not required, and something like this. Okay, so now inside a button, I'm going to write one a drop down. Okay, that's fine. So let us reload the page again. So nothing will happen just because of this one. Okay, okay, drop down is there. Okay, nothing, right? So my drop down is showing, and next I am writing a one UL. What is the UL? Anybody know what is the UL? Unordered list. That is okay. Okay, and this area labeled by, this is not required for me, that's fine. So by default it will display like this. Okay, now what we want to do, whenever I'm hovering it, that the bottom dialog should display. Whenever I'm coming down, automatically that will close it. Then that is only drop down, right? Suppose if you go to any some example, any web static website, they will be having like this. If you go to here, right, some menu, it is loading, let it load. Okay, something like, so this is nothing but this one only, right? Suppose whenever I'm hovering it, I want to display like this. Okay, this is the content we are going to do it. Okay, so now by default we are having on button, right? That is fine. Whenever I'm hovering it, I want to display. By default I want to hide this element. What I want to do, I want to hide this element. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so what is the class name here? What is the class name? Drop down. Okay, I will go here and write one class here, and write a head element. Okay, inside that element style element, inside the style element dot drop down menu. By default you want to show it or you want to hide it? You want to hide it. Hide means what you want to do, display is equal to none, display is equal to none. Okay, so let's go and reload page. Can't write. Now whenever I'm hovering it, now what I want to bring it, what I want to do now, tell me. I want to bring it back. Now if you want to bring it back, what is the class name? Display is equal to block. Let us see, coming, right? So display is equal to none means what will happen, remove. Display is equal to block, what will happen, it will bring it back. Okay, but I want to do it dynamically. I cannot go and always change here, something like this. Okay, now when I want to show it, you tell me. Whenever on drop down I am hovering it, I want to bring this one. Okay, so this one what I will do, I will say this is my class name, right? I will go here, drop down. Okay, colon hover. Okay, colon hover. Whenever I am hovering it, okay, and I want to select my child. What is my child selector? Drop down menu. See, I am giving a space here. What is the space means? Descendant selector. What is the space means? Descendant selector. Whoever inside my drop down, and that class name is a drop down menu. I am changing their block. Display is equal to block. What is that meaning? Show automatically to the user. Okay, let us reload the page. Okay, I am showing it. That's fine. Okay, but this is not like look, you are showing all these bullet points and all these things. This is not a character drop down. Do you know how to remove the bullet points? Tell me how to remove the bullet points. List type and style type is equal to none. Okay, something like this. Okay, whenever I'm having it like this, and now you want to have a one border also. If you want to have a drop down, and you want to write one border also, you can draw how to write a border, right? Tell me how to write a border. Border 1 pixel, solid, black color, something, some color I have selected. Okay, So by default, how much width it is taking? This much. I don't want to show that much drop down, right? What I can say, width is equal to some 200 pixel. Let us save it. Okay, something like this. Correct, right? I can show something like this. Okay, and whenever you want to highlight these items, something like this. This is width. This is also now also too much. I can go for like a 150 pixel, something like this. This is enough. Okay, this box is enough. And you want to highlight this one, and you can write like a, for each menu you can write a one class, another something like this. Okay, I'll say class is equal to drop down menu item, something like this. And you want to write a one border also, you can write it. So instead of doing like this, I can go for a combination selector. What is a combination selector? First there should be drop down. Okay, tell me how to write a drop down. Okay, drop down. Okay, inside the drop down, what is the pseudo class I want to select it? Drop down menu. Okay, and then what I can do, I can give a space. I'll say drop down menu. Okay, inside the drop down, what is the element I want to highlight it? Li element. Okay, simply I will write like a li element. Instead of writing class and I'm going to do all the things, I'll do like this. So, and I want to write a border hyphen bottom only. Okay, bottom 1 pixel solid and some light blue color something. Let's go and reload the page. Okay, like every automatically it's getting applied, right? And you want to apply the some padding or something like this. Okay, suppose you want to apply for padding, you can apply a padding is equal to some 5 pixel all the sides. Okay, something like whichever the way you want to do it, you can do that one. Something like, okay, so but we will have a more dynamic demo, like more dynamic drop downs later. Okay, something like this you can do it. So this is so first thing, what is the logic here? Very simple. First you have one drop down, something like this. Okay, this drop down. So inside this drop down, and you are going to have a one menu. So our logic is by default we will hide them. How will you hide any div? Display is equal to none, and whenever I am hovering it, I want to bring it back. What is the logic? Display is equal to block. None means it will go away, block means again will come back. Correct, right? So that is the logic, you will do it. Okay, sir, where we will use this logic? Give me some example, I will show you some example also. Okay, let's go and okay, stocks, I'll give something like this. Okay, okay, and so here see, by default is there any buttons here in this row? Is there any buttons are visible? No. Whenever I'm hovering it here, the buttons are displaying, right? Again, I will go to here. The buttons are displaying, right? So this is nothing but a by default buttons are display is equal to what? None. On hover, tr colon hover. What is the buttons display? Buttons is equal to block. You understood, right? So whenever you are hovering out, will display like a none. Whenever you are hovering in, then what is the button? Tr colon hover, and you will write that class name combination. Okay, descendant selector, you will write it and you will do this. Okay, something not only here, and there will be some other place also, my place. Suppose this is a card. Whenever I am hovering, this button is coming. Whenever I am going out, that is going. So here also same logic. First by default we will hide that button. On hover, automatically that button will come. Okay, so this is nothing but some places we'll use like this. Okay, so this is nothing but this one. You know how to add these icons, all these things already we have used these icons, right? That is fine. And okay, so let's go for a functions. Okay, let's go for a functions. So I will stop this concept here, this concept here. Let's go for the layouts again. Okay, so now I want to do one layout here, any layout. Okay, so first let's go with the layout plan, and then we'll do the this thing extra. Okay, suppose I want to do this layout. Okay, this layout very important. This is our page, correct, right? So you go to any website, most of the time there will be header. Okay, and there will be something like this, or sometimes they want to do it complex, they will have a left sidebar, something like this. Okay, or they will have a some sidebar, something like this. Okay, or if you go to the Twitter or some websites, okay, they're having some other architecture. Okay, and they're having something like this, they're having something like this. Okay, if you go to Twitter, they will have all the menu in the left side, they will have all some menu in the right side, and they will display all the content in the center something. This is a some other website. Okay, so based on the thing I want to do it. Okay, so let us go for some complex layout and we'll start doing it. Okay, suppose I want to do this layout. Okay, I want to do this layout. Okay, layout only. So here there are so many things are there you want to learn here. Okay, so the first consider about the layout. So let's go for the layout purpose. So don't afraid, just being seeing the screen. So this is our page. Okay, so after this page, what is the first time I want to decide it? I want to consider entire as a one div, correct, right? So that is the reason I have drawn a one. This is nothing but a one div. So after this one, how many parts you are seeing in your screen, ma? This is a left side part, this is a right side part. How many parts I can divide it? Two parts. Okay, sometimes if you click here, now tell me how many parts it is dividing it. Three parts, something like. Okay, so I'll close here. The first part is not at all moving it, only in the this is part of the second only. You understood, right? I'll close here and again I'm opening. Where is there any movement in the left side? No. Where is the movement? Only in the right side, something like this. Okay, now I want to do such things like this. Okay, so see here this button here. What is the button? You tell me, what is this? Fixed position or absolute? This one, either anything, right? Either fixed or a absolute one, something like this, not relative. Definitely you cannot make any div in the right side of the corner using the relative. That is not at all possible. Okay, something. Okay, let us go to, suppose I want to do this one. Okay, and go for here, ma. This is a complex example, let us do it. So now how many parts I want to divide my screen? So this is the first part, this is the second part. Let's go and divide like this. Okay, so now I have divided into two parts. Okay, now it is very important. So this is, I will say, first part, this is a second part. Okay, so now whenever you are going to write any program, what we have to do? I'll go and write like a layout. Is there any layout? Okay, right click, file, layout.html. Okay, so now tell me how many divs I should write it. First I will write one div. Okay, for whole page. Okay, that's clear. Okay, this is the one. I'll say like this. Okay, but I want to see with my eyes, right? That is the reason I'll say class is equal to main hyphen body, something like this. So I will write a style. How to write a style? Head element, inside the head element, style element, inside the style element, dot main hyphen body. Okay, something like this. I don't want all this flex. I want to give a width is equal to 100 percentage. Okay, and height is equal to how much? 100 percentage. Okay, and I want to background color. Background color is equal to some light, something like this. I want to apply. Okay, I will say hello. I'll say telegram. Okay, this is the one. So let us go and reload our page here. Okay, and let me open the layout file. Okay, something. So this is first time is coming. Okay, now second, what I want to do as part, this is, I feel this is a little difficult one, not that much easy, but this is okay. But how many parts I want to divide it as per my layout structure? I want to divide into two parts. Then tell me how many divs I should write it here. I will remove this telegram and I will write two more inside the main body. Okay, I'll say div first name, I'll say one, and then I'll write like a, this is also I'll write another div, I'll say with the two, something like this. Okay, now I'll go and reload my page again. Something like this you need to do slowly. Okay, two are coming, but how is coming one by one? Because div is what level element? Block level. Always it will come in a occupy the same line, like okay, it will start in a new line and it will occupy the full width. I don't want like this, right? What I want to do? I want to become side by side. Correct, right? Whenever you want to make any side by side, what you can do in the parent level? Go to your parent level. I will say display is equal to flex. Okay, something like this. Now let us go and reload the page. Now one by side coming, right? Now that is okay. Now as part of the program, if you observe, this is a my entire screen, ma. Okay, so if you entire screen, I will calculate from left to right here. here to here. See the how many pixels I am having it. Some 2000 pixel is I am having it. Okay. See the center. Okay. Some layer it is there, right? Some 1920 into 368. So this total width is how much? Some 2000. I cannot calculate every device, right? So that is the reason don't take in the pixels. Instead of pixel, I will consider like a percentage. Okay, percentage. Okay. So how much percentage it is there? 100 percentage. Correct, right? So left side I will give a 25 percentage. The right side I will give a 75 percentage. Okay. So let us go and do like this. Now you go here. What you need to do now again? I will say class is equal to I will say sidebar. Okay. And I will say right is equal to main content. Something like class is equal to main hyphen content. Okay. Now tell me what is the size I should give for sidebar? 25 percentage. Okay. Let us write this class. Okay. Sidebar. Width is equal to. Okay. Width is equal to 25 percentage. How much height I want to do it? 100 percentage. That is okay. Okay. And for what is our data about main content? How much I should give it for main content? 75. Why I should give only 75? Already remaining how much left side is taken 25. How much? What is the remaining? 75 is there. Okay. Now I don't want to apply any background color for parent. I want to apply for sidebar and this sides. Okay. So I will use a light some gray color. Okay. Now I am using a different color for left and right. Okay. Now first this one, right? Don't work on these icons. Okay. So don't work on this round symbol. Yes, gray. That will come in the last. You should never work on that one. Okay. First layout only. Okay. That's fine. Now you have done the first part and the second part. Now what is the next part you want to do it? Let us work on the this part suppose. Okay. Here how many parts you can see it here, ma? See this top search bar is fixed one, ma. The only bottom only it is scrolling. Correct, right? That means how many things you can think about it. I can divide my this first bar into again two parts. Okay. I will consider this is a one and I will consider this as a 1 2. Okay. So let us try to do this now. How to do this? Where I need to write my code? In the here in the outside or one in the one place? One, because I know that I need to write only inside here, right? This will avoid all your confusion. Now how many parts I want to divide it? Two parts. Correct, right? I will say div. Okay. One. Okay. Again this is a one ma. I can instead of one I can say one. Okay. Next part, what is the next part? I will say div. This is like a 1 2. Okay. That's fine. Let us reload. So by default, this 1 1 2 also how it is coming? One by one. I want one by one only, right? I don't want in the any line. I want like that only. So don't apply any display flags or something. Okay, let it be fine. But how much one height I want to occupy? Ma, this one I will say sidebar header, something like. Okay, class is equal to sidebar hyphen header. Okay, so let us go and copy this one and apply here, ma. Sidebar header. Suppose if you want to go with the combination selector, how can I select this first div one, ma? I can select like a sidebar colon first child. Sidebar colon first child means which will come here, this header only, something like this. Okay, but let us go instead of this one. I will say height is equal to, I want to give a some 30 pixel height. Okay, and something like let us go and check it here. Something. Okay. And I want to apply the borders all the side. Do you know how to apply the border? 1 pixel solid black color. Let us go and do it. Something like this. Okay. And suppose if you go to Telegram, this guy is having more height. Let us increase the height, ma. Do you know how to increase the height, right? Let us go for increase to, I will go for a 40 pixel. Okay. Let us go and reload it. I think this is enough. Okay. Now this is enough. Let us try to reload it. Even though you are resizing it all, this will also work like a perfect, because we are writing only with the percentages, not with any other thing. Okay. And make sure that there is no horizontal scroll bar and there is no vertical scroll bar also. Okay. Now first part is done. Okay. Now what is the second part I want to do it? Second div, right? Let us go on, right? Like already I'm having a second div. And if you go here, and what is the next part I am having here? In the second part, I am having how many divs I am having it, ma? More divs, right? So that means I can write like a one div. That's not a problem. So again, the second part I am having, this is entire second part. Okay, inside the second part, again I am going to write like a multiple divs. Okay, again I am going to write like a multiple divs, something like this, right? So this is all are inside the second part. Okay, now I'll go here and I'm going to write like a, I'll remove 2 2 1. Okay, so first, for now I'll write only one div, and that div I will concentrate only about the first one, first element. If I am able to make this first element, the remaining elements are easy, right? A copy paste only, same copy paste to change the content. Okay, now now you concentrate about only this element. Okay, now I will go for this element. If you go to the paint, okay, now I am going to draw this element. So this box, okay, so this is the box. So inside the box, now again how many parts you can divide it, ma? This is a first part, this is a second part, something like this. Okay, and this first part you can make one icon, the second part you can write the content, something like this. Okay, so you can work on the this part. You write two divs. Okay, I will say this is a some icon, and suppose you want to come become side by side, what you can do, you know that, right? Display flex, or I will say this is a div, I will say content here, text content, something. Okay, let's go on the reload it. So by default, these are coming sideways. So now I want to write a display is equal to flex. Where I have to apply it, you tell me. Okay, I am applying this one, and this is my parent. Here I will say class is equal to df and flex. Df and flex means what? Display flex. So let us go and apply this class. So who is writing all this deflux? I am writing or somebody is writing? I am myself writing, right? Okay, let us go on to like this. Okay, now this is fine. Now for this icon, do you know how to make an icon, right? How to make one icon? Suppose I want to they make a, suppose SS is there. I want to make the some symbol, something like that. Let us write the style. Yesterday you have done, right? Span SS. What you can do? You can write a class round hyphen symbol, something like that. You can write one class. What is the first thumb rule if you want to make a rounded width and height should be same. Width is equal to 20 pixel, height is equal to 20 pixel, border radius is equal to 50 percentage. Okay, let's go on write like this. File, and you want to apply any background also. You want to apply background color is equal to white color and something like this. Okay, this is the one, but I want some padding inside it. You know how to add a padding, right? Padding is equal to some 5 pixel, something like this. Whenever you are adding padding, okay, this is the correct. Something I will zoom out, I'll reset my page, something. Okay, now this is okay, and I have rounded, but there is a, it is my combination, it is going with the top, right? So what you can do now, first this deflux is there, right? I will say border also, border, or I will say this is a, like a one item. What is this item? Some side hyphen item. I will say side hyphen item. Something like slowly build one by one. Okay, don't go for all the things. So let us go for this deflex, and I'll say display is equal to flex. Margin is equal to margin top. Okay, margin hyphen top is equal to some 5 pixel, and the border is equal to 1 pixel. Solid black color, padding is equal to some 2 pixel, something like this. Okay, now this is coming, so one box is coming. So I want to increase the more size, I can go for like a padding top and bottom 5 pixel, left and right 2 pixel. Okay, something like, so now this is coming, and right side you want to place it. Do you know how to add this right side? Simply write like a, already you took one div, inside the div you take another two div. This is for first line, this is for the second line. So once you do this, automatically this will happen, right? And copy the all the elements in the next. Okay, if you copy the same style for 10 times, what will happen? Suppose if I am having this div, this is a sidebar item, right? I will copy the element for 10 times. Okay, some 3 times. Now what will happen? Automatically there will be 3 elements. Okay, you write the right side content. That's not a complex one. Okay, something like, now you have to work on which part? center part. Okay, now which div you should touch in the second part. Okay, again you go here, first you divide how many parts you want to do it. See, only the center part is okay, something different. Now you have to fix the header part, and after that you have to divide in the center part, and the last one you can go for this one. Okay, now you can divide into mainly two parts. This is also header part, body part. Okay, inside the header part, first try to fix this one. You can have two elements, two spans. This span will be float left, this span will be float right, or you can use the positions. You know the positions, right? This span is like a position is equal to like you can go for absolute. Okay, left is equal to 0 and top is equal to 0. Automatically this element will be displaying left side, and this element absolute position is equal, top is equal to some right is equal to 0, top is equal to something. Automatically this will come. Okay, and if you want to fix in the bottom, what you can do, again position is equal to absolute, bottom is equal to 0, height is equal to 10 pixels, something like. Okay, slowly build one by one. Okay, so this is the task for today. Okay, so whichever the one, I think everybody is a Telegram, right? I don't need to give any screenshot or something. Okay, so this is the work. Let you try to don't work on don't work on multiple messages here. Just work either write one or two messages in the center, that's all. No need to work all these messages, content, all this, something like this. But I want to see the layout, and this one also, like there is an icon, it is there, right? I want to see all the icon. It will take some time, but try to do. Let us see. Like this is the layout things we want to difficult one. Okay, so after finishing this one, let us go for another content. Okay, I'll go for Angular course, student work, and daily task. Okay, if you done the task, this is easy, ma. Okay, if you do the Telegram layout, this is easy. Okay, so now I want to, this is the second task I want to complete next. Okay, so now tell me how many parts we are going to divide into screen. You are going to divide into screen into 3. What is the 3? Okay, so I'll say, so this is the first part. Okay, so this is the first part. This entire screen you can consider as a two parts, like a second part, right? So again the second part, again you divide into, this is a 2 1, this is a 2 2, correct, right? In this 2 2 you can write like a, this is a 2 2 1 1, and this is a 2 1 2, something like this. This screen, suppose if I want to draw, this is a first box, and this is entire second box. Okay, inside the entire second box, again I will divide into two parts. This is another part, this is another part. Again I will divide it. This is the top part, this is a bottom part. Again here also, this is the top part, this is a bottom part, something like this. Okay, and try to do one by one. Okay, if you are developing one by one, it will come. If you are trying to do all at one time, it is difficult. Suppose here the bottoms are displaying the buttons, what you can use it, position is equal to absolute, automatically they will go to the bottom. You don't need to work very stressfully, correct, right? Something like this. So if you know the positions, you can play all the things. Wherever you want to add the elements, you can place those elements. Okay, yes, so this is the next task for the homework. Okay, I'll stop the recording here, and